Do your knees feel stiff and uncooperative when you try to stand up after sitting for a while? Today, I'll show you 3 simple tricks that can gently loosen your knee joints and help you stand, walk, and move like you're decades younger. All in just a few minutes a day. Because the real issue isn't just aging, it's a quiet shift happening inside your joints that most people don't even notice. And be sure to stay with me until the end, because I'll also reveal one common mistake that could actually make your knee stiffness worse, especially if you're over 60. But first, let's talk about what's really happening inside your joints, especially in your knees. Inside each joint is a substance called synovial fluid. Think of it like soft honey, smooth, slippery, and essential for keeping your bones from rubbing against each other. It cushions every step, nourishes the cartilage, and keeps your knees moving easily and pain-free. But here's the catch. When you sit still for too long, whether watching TV, reading, or just resting, your body slows down its production of synovial fluid, and the fluid that's already there begins to thicken, like honey left out in the cold. That's why your knees feel stiff when you first stand up. They're not broken. They're just stuck. And it gets worse with age. After 60, especially if you have arthritis, the fluid becomes even less effective. It no longer coats the joint as it should, which means more friction, more stiffness, and more discomfort every time you try to move. But here's the good news. Just like stirring and warming up thick honey, you can gently wake up your joints with simple daily movements. These small actions help restore the fluid's natural flow, making it easier to stand, walk, and move without that creaky, stuck feeling. Let's begin with a gentle movement to loosen up the knees, especially helpful after long periods of sitting. It's called the heel slide, and it's as easy as it sounds. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with your feet flat on the floor. Now, slowly slide one heel backward along the ground, bringing it closer toward your body while keeping your toes pointed forward. Then, gently return your foot to the starting position. Alternate between both legs. Think of it like pedaling a gentle bicycle. There's no need for speed, just slow, controlled movement. This simple action helps stimulate circulation around your knees, reduces stiffness and swelling, and begins to lubricate the joint with synovial fluid. It's a great way to wake up your knees and signal to your body that it's time to move again. Heel slides are especially useful if your knees feel tight or swollen when you first try to stand. Doing this exercise for 10 to 15 repetitions per leg can make a noticeable difference, making it easier and more comfortable to get up and walk. Remember, small, gentle motions like these may not look like much, but they prime your joints for healthy movement throughout the day. Now that we've warmed up the knees with gentle heel slides, let's add a second movement that provides even more support, by targeting the stabilizing muscles along your outer thighs. These muscles help align your knees and reduce the pressure that often builds when transitioning from sitting to standing. Here's how to do it. Sit upright in a sturdy chair with both feet flat on the floor, slightly less than shoulder width apart. Place your hands gently on the outside of your knees. Slowly press your knees outward against your hands while gently pressing your hands inward to resist. You'll feel tension along the outer hips and thighs. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds, then release. This is called an isometric clamshell. It's subtle but activates 2 key muscle groups, the gluteus medius and hip abductors. These often weaken with age or long sitting, making knees more prone to misalignment. Repeat 5 to 10 times with slow, controlled reps. You don't need equipment, and it can be done anywhere, in a car, on a plane, or at the kitchen table. It's a simple way to wake up your stabilizers and feel more secure when standing. Small movement, big benefit. Before we move on to the final standing exercise, Here's a quick trick I always recommend, especially if your legs feel heavy or off after sitting too long. While seated, keep both feet flat on the floor and knees bent at 90 degrees. Slowly lift your heels just enough to feel your calf muscles engage. Hold for 3 seconds, then lower. Repeat 10 to 15 times. This simple move is called a seated heel raise. It boosts circulation in your lower legs, reducing swelling and that sluggish feeling. It also activates the smaller muscles in your ankles and feet, helping you feel more stable when you stand. Think of it as warming up a car engine. A few seconds of this gentle motion can help your legs feel more balanced, ready, and confident. Now let's move into our final move, the one that gets you standing and walking with more confidence. Start by standing next to a chair or countertop for balance. Keep your spine tall, your shoulders relaxed, and your feet about shoulder width apart. Slowly shift your body weight onto your right foot, allowing your left knee to relax. Then shift back the other way. You're simply rocking gently from side to side, like swaying in place. This is called a side-to-side weight shift, and it mimics the natural motion of walking. But don't underestimate how powerful this small move can be, especially after hours of sitting. It helps reboot the communication between your joints and muscles, particularly in your knees and hips, which often stiffen up during inactivity. Want to make it more effective? Try lifting your opposite heel as you shift. So when your weight is on the right leg, lift your left heel just a little off the ground. This engages your calf muscles, improves ankle flexibility, and gets your entire lower body involved in the motion. Aim for 10 to 20 repetitions, moving slowly and deliberately. If you've been sitting for a long time, this gentle rhythm can make standing and walking feel so much easier. Less strain on your knees, less hesitation in your steps. It's a simple, grounding movement, but the benefits ripple through your whole body. But now, here's the one thing most people get wrong after sitting. They think putting their feet up is enough to recover. Elevating your legs might reduce swelling for a while, but doing it for too long without movement can actually make things worse. It causes your synovial fluid, the natural lubricant in your joints, to thicken and stagnate. Once that happens, your knees lose their smooth glide, and every step starts to feel stiff, heavy, even painful. That's why doctors say, motion is lotion, rest is rust. Your joints were built to move. When you stop using them, they don't pause, they decline. This is why so many older adults feel worse after resting too long. The good news? The fix is simple. Every 45 to 60 minutes, stand up and do one of the gentle moves we've shown you. No sweat, no pain. Just a reminder to your joints that they're still needed. Because the goal isn't to push hard, it's to stay consistent. A few thoughtful movements each day can keep your knees more lubricated than any pill. You're not just exercising. You're telling your body, I'm still here. I'm still moving. Your joints don't need extreme workouts. What they truly respond to is consistency, not intensity. Think of them like houseplants. You wouldn't dump a bucket of water once a month and hope they survive. You'd give them just enough, regularly, a bit of sunlight, a sip of water, and gentle care. Your knees, hips, and ankles work the same way. They don't need pressure or force. They need small, intentional movements, repeated day after day, to stay alive and connected. Even the simplest motion can improve circulation, reduce stiffness, and gently awaken areas that have long felt forgotten. If today you move just a little more than yesterday, if standing felt a bit steadier, or walking felt lighter, then you're already making progress. Healing doesn't come in big leaps. It arrives quietly, through steady steps and kind attention. So stay patient with your body. Stay gentle with your movements. And above all, stay in motion. Because sometimes the smallest effort is what keeps everything flowing.